You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for May 19th through the 30th. It looks like John Black is going to die, but Bo Brady will survive. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into the action on week 1. Monday, May 19th, Alex is pressing Stephanie about publishing her romance novel, but she's just not ready, and she resists Alex's pressure. Sean and Steve are desperate to find the drug that Bo needs that was stolen. Of course, Phillip and Kevin got all of it accidentally. Sierra and Hope are with Bo this week. He's getting very close to death. A priest is going to give Bo last rites. If you are not Catholic, that is not done until right at the end when they think you are just about to pass away. So this is a very bad sign this week. Maggie questions Xander, and it's probably about Phillip. Meanwhile, Kate finds her precious son, Phillip, brutally beaten in the aftermath of Xander vowing to kill Phillip, pummeling and kicking him, literally trying to take his life. Xander told Phillip that he cannot save himself, but it looks like at the last minute, Xander stops short of murder, but this is still a very bad situation. Kate's going to be furious. You know, she's going to want to call the cops, but there's a catch-22 because Phillip has committed fraud. Kate was in on it. You know, they call the cops on Xander. You know he's going to drop a dime on Phillip. Tuesday, May 20th, we've got Javi venting to Leo, probably about his job at Gaby Chic. And I wonder if Leo will push Javi to follow his, was it an EMT passion that he really wanted to be in the life-saving / medical adjacent field. And Gaby is back to arguing with JJ Deveraux again. Maybe it's about the EJ shooting accusations. There still hasn't been an arrest. Gaby is still a top suspect. She was at the mansion that night with a gun in her hand. But of course, EJ thinks it was Johnny. But if he thought he could blame it on Gaby, he probably would. Sean opens up to Belle and she opens up to him. They're obviously talking about Bo dying and this drug that they need now seemingly being off the table. She's talking about John being found alive and how relieved she is, but things take a terrible turn soon for one of them. Ari Horton arrives in Salem as a gorgeous grown-up young woman. The Saurus character is played by Marissa Reyes in her Days of Our Lives debut coming on Tuesday. EJ needs some help from Paulina. Maybe it's about Johnny. Maybe it's about the hospital purchase since Abe is on the board. But Paulina is not EJ's biggest fan. So we'll see if he gets one thing from her. I doubt it. Wednesday, May 21st, we've got Sarah confronting Xander. It's got to be about him beating the starch out of Phillip, almost killing him. But Xander's assault on Phillip especially doesn't bode well for Sarah. Not that Xander would ever hit Sarah, but it just shows how far from a forgiveness mindset that Xander is right now. So when Sarah's secret comes out, whew, you know it's not going to go well for her. This has got to scare her. Paulina surprises Johnny and Chanel. It may be about the house hunt or EJ shooting, something like that. Brady and Alex are terrified because they know Bo is about to die. Dr. Russell is back this week and likely making furious accusations. And I wonder if he will force Kayla to cancel his contract with University Hospital so he can go to another lab. Plus, Stephanie gives Kat a warning about Chad. We all know he broke Stephanie's heart because he was not ready to move on. He really wasn't ready to date, yet he had moved in with Stephanie, moved the kids in with them, and it all blew apart. It hurt Stephanie, it hurt the kids, it hurt Chad. And I think she may want to just let Kat know, before you get in deeper, make sure that he's ready for this. Thursday, May 22nd, Steve and Sean call someone for backup. It looks like Hope and the guy who's playing John's body double will help them get into some sort of lab that may have something to help Bo, and things go very badly. In the promo, there is this little thing saying a new hope arrives. So maybe it'll be the drug or some other version of that drug in another lab. We'll see. Holly is there for Doug 3. Maybe she's going to help him with that GED thing. And also on Thursday, it is Sorest Ari Horton's birthday, and she celebrates with Gaby and Marlena. And Ari's celebration turns steamy when she winds up in bed with Doug 3 up in his room at the pub. Friday, May 23rd, we have this week, and I'm not sure if it'll be on Friday, but maybe a day earlier, Marlena's telling Kayla that she and John have the rest of their lives to spend together. She's very optimistic. Marlena thinks her hubby is coming home, but then Kayla breaks the very bad news to Marlena about the mission. We've got Steve and Hope, looks like Sean, and of course the John body double in the lab. They've got these masks on them so you can't really see his face. And that guy that they chose does have a passing resemblance. And the lab explodes. John is stuck inside, and Kayla tells Marlena that John was badly burned. Julie, meanwhile, is praying to her dear departed husband, Doug, to please deliver a miracle and save Bo's life so that Hope isn't wrecked. Plus, Bo is really dying, and Sierra is there to comfort her mom, Hope. Going into the week of May 26th through the 30th, Bo Brady is going to get that miracle, whether it's Julie's prayers that work or it's whatever they got out of that exploding lab. His life is going to be saved, and Hope and Sierra are going to be thrilled when Bo wakes up from his coma very soon. And Hope and Bo will be back to Salem in time for John Black's funeral, which is coming, should be within the next week or so following week 2. Speaking of that, it looks like Marlena has to say goodbye to her precious husband, who is going to die a hero, likely as a result of injuries in that explosion while he was trying to get what was needed to save Bo's life. Holly may be a bit jealous when she finds out Doug 3 has a hot love interest in Ari. EJ's memories, or the lack thereof, continue to plague him, and Rachel Black continues to act suspiciously. The investigation into EJ's shooting kicks into high gear soon, with JJ a driving force behind it. Gaby remains a suspect, and we are heading towards a trial over the summer, which is coming up very soon. Someone who is not an innocent person, but is innocent in EJ's shooting, will go to prison. We're also looking at some returns to Salem to say a sad goodbye to John Black, Carrie Brady, Sammy Brady, Will Horton, Hope and Bo, and many, many others hit town.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.